can take home with you, and then you can read it at your leisure. But I'm J.J. Sawyer, and I have my own business called J.J. Sawyer Consulting. And I wanted to tell you a story because you know my tagline, and that is, you have to become self-aware. It is so important to become self-aware so you can be intentional and mindful when leading your lives. You guys heard me say this a million times. Is this true? Yes or no? Talk to me.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I love your line.
You love that line. I want to tell you the story where it came from. And it's my own personal story. As you guys know, I'm an educator. I retired after 33 years. I was a principal. But I started out teaching, and I taught for 22 years before I moved into the administrative role. Now, when I did my teaching, I was teaching in the inner city. And I was teaching black kids and Hispanic kids and Asian kids and white kids that were street-wise. That's a different teacher. Is that true? Very different teacher. So you develop your aura when you work with those type of children. You speak a little bit more direct. You get more serious. This is my house. When you come in my room, this is my house. You see, did you hear the tone?
Yeah.
Okay. So then, okay, I want to become an administrator. I got my degree, and I'm going to become a principal. So I said, I'm going to go to a different district. And I went to Cherry Creek School District. Now, Cherry Creek School District is an elite white school district. These are rich kids, middle-class kids. They actually did their homework. I would walk down the hall and see kids actually working. But JJ, the 22-year teacher that taught in the inner city, she comes into this white elite school district, not used to a person of color in a position of authority. And I'm still talking like this is my house. You know, you do what I say, you know. And so all of a sudden, you guys, people started crying. The teachers were crying. The kids were crying. And I'd go, what are you crying about? And so they keep crying. So I had, you know, I'm just being real with you. I had 2 white teachers come to me. Now, I am their administrator. I'm the one that does their evaluations. And so they came to me after school one day and they said, JJ, we really need you here. But you're going to get fired. People are scared of you. The kids are scared of you. The teachers are scared of you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And so what happened was then I decided, okay, I went home, I cried. Because I taught 22 years, you guys, I was known as one of the top teachers in DPS because of my style. And now you're telling me people are scared of me? It was very heartfelt for me. So I cried all night. I got up the next morning and I went to I sent an email to those teachers. I need to see you after school in my office. So they come in like this, scared, because they just told me that I could get fired, right? And I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna trust you. They said, well, JJ, this is what we'll do. We'll meet with you every day after school for 1 year, and we will teach you about what you're doing that's making us scared. And every day they met with me. JJ, you know, when you get upset, you kind of lean forward and your voice goes deep. You kind of move your neck. You know, you have real stern talk, you know, your body language. And they just started telling me all these things. I'm like, what are they talking about? And I'd go home, I said, who the hell am I? Who am I? And then all of a sudden one day, you guys, I got it. This administrator I was sharing my office with, she had a kid come in with a referral. And she goes, Johnny, why are you here? Did you get Mrs. Jones mad again? Come on, let's talk about it. And all of a sudden I stopped in my track. And then another kid came in. She said, Mary, come on, now you know you can't call her a bitch. And then she went off with the kid. And I got it, you guys. At that moment, I became self-aware. Next kid comes into the office, it's my kid. They hand me a referral. I look at the kid and I go, what are you doing here? Do you see what happened? Her voice was up here. Her music was different than mine. She spoke to kids like, oh, Mary, now you know we don't do that. I spoke to kids as, come on, Mary, let's go. Come in my office. there's a different tone of voice. So what happened is I became self-aware. I caught it just right then. I moved my voice intentionally up to match what that child's used to hearing, and guess what? The kid did not cry. And I knew then I had become self-aware so that I could be intentional and mindful when leading me so that I could lead others. So that's where that came from. So what I've done in all these years, I got a lot of wisdom, I got a lot of education, I can do a lot of things. But I narrowed it down. What is J.J. Sawyer Consulting going to be?
Yeah. I'm afraid to let you know.
That's okay.
Yeah, 2 minutes. 2 minutes of questions.
Because they won't have questions. They won't have questions. You guys can ask me questions later. But what I decided to do is really help people become self-aware, intentional, and mindful when leading their life and others. So I chose Discovering Me, the DISC Foundation, where you actually have 4 birds that you learn about how you fly. And guess what? It doesn't matter what color, it doesn't matter how rich, how poor, everybody has the same birds. All you have to do is learn how yours fly, so you know how to shift depending on what primary bird comes in front of you. It's called control. It's a beautiful way to control your environment. It's personal development. No, it's not selling real estate. No, it's not financing. It's investing in you so that you understand who you are and how you fly, so you can be self-aware, intentional, and mindful when you go through life. The last thing is mirroring your vision. You're going to hear more about mirroring your vision as we go on. I just hired a publisher. It's getting ready to get published. It's my 7-step process on how to identify your gifts and purpose. It takes usually 25 minutes to get somebody to say what they really want. And once I take you there, then I can take you to the end product, which is called Mirroring Your Vision. So, with that, I end, and everything that you need to know about that is written for you, and so that you can go ahead and read about me on your own at your time. Anytime you have any questions for me, please reach out.